Shalom family trendsetter, taking another long road trip. This time I'm not going to disclose my location, not trying to give too much information to the man, if you know what I mean. But as I'm driving, taking in the view, right now I'm in the mountains, and just taking in the view how beautiful it looked from this, I guess, this vantage point. But then when you really and truly think about how this earth has been destroyed by the powers that be, the one that's in rulership right now. You know what I notice about our people, family? Our people are easily distracted. Our people are easily swayed. Because when you really think about, let's say, our ancestors, right? Let's go beyond slavery. When we was back in our land, wherever that may be, back in the days, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have this kind of technology. We didn't rely on this technology. Not saying technology didn't exist, because the Egyptians, believe it or not, they had technology out there. You know what I mean? It's just that it wasn't as technologically advanced, I guess if that's a word. Well, yes, it is a word, as how it is today. Now, to show you how we have become a part of technology, in other words, we're like androids and shit. If you was to, let's say, leave your home without your cell phone, be honest, and let's say if you running out of the house, hurrying to work or wherever, and you leave your cell phone, let's say you left the house and you drove maybe a couple blocks, half a mile, I guarantee, no matter how late you're running and shit, how much you need to get to your destination, you're gonna turn that car around and you're gonna go back home and go get that cell phone, because we are so connected to this, you know, this technology and shit, like we're plugged in, so to speak. Now, I want y'all to understand, family, that my mind works totally different than y'all. See, y'all are distracted with social media, you know, reality show. A lot of y'all caught up with rap music and sports or whatever. I'm not knocking y'all, because at the end of the day, we're like slaves and shit. And a lot of times we need to unwind. You know, like my wife, she's hooked to the TV. Sometimes I say to her, like, damn, man, you like spend, as soon as you come home, you just get your food and you on the TV, fall asleep on the couch and shit. You know what I'm saying? While everybody's in the bed, she's on the couch watching TV. The TV actually watching her. And sometimes I have to fall back and ask myself, where did this technology come from? Because 100 years ago, family, we didn't have this shit. We didn't have no cell phone. We didn't have rockets. We didn't have atomic. Well, we probably had the bombs and shit, but we didn't have the technology we have today. You gotta ask yourself, where did this shit come from? And the answer is simply, it comes from someone else, somewhere else. Because you can't just go to your bed one day and wake up and say, oh, I'm going to create an iPhone. No. This information is given to us. Well, not us, but to them. You know what I'm saying? By the fallen angels. Now, I know a lot of y'all don't believe in that shit. You know, some of y'all are atheists. Y'all don't believe there's a creator, there's a God, if you will. I hate that name, God, because God is Satan. But y'all don't believe in a higher power. Y'all believe y'all just exist. You gotta ask yourself, okay, if we're creation, who the fuck is the creator? But a lot of y'all will say, well, you know, it came from my mother. Okay, where did your mother come from? And you know what I'm saying? But bottom line, family, you gotta ask yourself, where did technology come from? And the technology that's being brought forth is technology that's going to destroy mankind. You know what I'm saying? Even these cell phones that we use, do you know how much radiation we have a day? Now, some of us try to outsmart it and say, I'm going to get Bluetooth. You still got to transmit the shit from the towers or whatever, so got to be some kind of transmission from wherever, the phone to the Bluetooth. So you're still getting some kind of radiation. You know what I mean? And we got to ask ourselves, do we really need this shit? Because a lot of y'all don't understand, family. All this technology that they got us accustomed to, it's all by design. We are now in a technological age, and believe it or not, we are going to go right back to the dark ages. We're going to go right back to where we don't have this technology anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm a prepper. I literally buy shit and I put away shit that doesn't require electricity. You know what I mean? Maybe gasoline, but for the most part doesn't require electricity, because I'm telling you, the powers that be, they know what's coming, and they going underground. A lot of these kids, you know what I'm saying, are getting missing. They came up with this shit called what they call it, where if you have a problem in the home, let's say they take away your child and shit and put them in foster care. A lot of these kids is being sold on a sex trade and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, being trafficked. A lot of y'all don't know this shit is going on. This is why every time, you know what I'm saying, Child Protective Service get involved, they always document it, and a lot of times they're taking kids out of your home. And I don't even understand why Child Protective got to be involved anyway, because we as parents supposed to be able to take care of our kids, you know what I'm saying? Why are you abusing your kids to where Child Protective, or neglecting your kids in some cases where Child Protective have to get involved? So y'all don't understand, when they take away your kids from you, man, these kids are never to be seen again. A lot of times when they hit 18 years old and shit, they're shipped off, you know what I'm saying? As soon as they hit 18, they're emancipated. So now, you know, they can leave these juvenile facilities or wherever, and they have these vans and shit waiting for them. As soon as they leave the facility, they snatch them up and take them, these females, in some cases males too, and sell them on the black market. Not the black market, but the sex market, sex trafficking market. You know, it's just a lot of shit that goes on, but because we're so caught up and distracted, we don't realize how demonic this world is. You know what I'm saying? This is hell. Okay? I've said it before. This is hell. We living in a hellish condition. Hell is not what they depict in the New Testament Christian Bible or sermon, whatever the fuck they be preaching, talk about, oh, you're gonna go into hellfire. There is a place that's gonna destroy the soul, but you know what I'm saying, it's just gonna be destroyed. But this is hell. We living on a round disc, a flat earth round disc, covered by a dome. If you look up in the sky, it's a motherfucking dome. All right, a lot of y'all think y'all live in a spinning ball. The other day, I went to Florida with my family, and we was in a plane, and we was getting ready to land. The plane was descending to get ready to land, and I was showing my wife. I said, "Look outside. You see the runway up ahead?" And she like, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, keep watching, right, and tell me how long, right, it takes from the time you're looking for the plane to land. But just keep watching the runway." And you know, she looking at me like, well, here we go with one of his shit experiment. I said, nah, just really and truly. They said we're gonna be landing in 10 minutes. I don't expect for you to look for 10 minutes, but just look as long as you can. And she said, why? I said, I'll let you know when we land. So she's looking out. She had the window. I had the aisle seat. And I'm looking, and I'm like, let's keep watching. I said, you see that building over there? That got like white awning? I said, okay, look at it, right? I said, you see it? I said, now you see how far we are up in the air, right? And you can still see that building from a far distance. And as we get closer, the building is still there, right? And she's like, yeah. I said, okay, so if we're spinning 1,000 miles an hour, according to science, 1,000 miles an hour spinning this shit, shouldn't that building be out of view? Why? How come why is it that we're able to still see the building? You know, as we descend on the runway and shit. How come we still can see the building? How come it's not out of sight? Spinning 1,000 miles an hour. Now, as we begin to like literally land on the runway, I said, now watch this shit. Now, if we're spinning 1,000 miles an hour, we should not be able to land on this runway, because the earth is spinning so fast. We gonna be, you know, the plane gonna be pretty much, I don't know, zigged off the runway. I don't know what word to use, but you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to land perfectly on the runway, spinning 1,000 miles an hour. And as we descended on the runway, she saw what I was talking about. She was like, oh shit. She was like, she didn't say shit because she don't really care. She said, wow, you know, I didn't realize that makes sense. I said, exactly. I said, you see how far we was in the air and we could still see the buildings and they wasn't out of view. And the earth's supposed to be spinning 1,000 miles an hour. I said, now do you believe that the earth is round? We're in a globe. I said, we was in the air, we seen the ocean. How can you bend water? You know what I mean? And then she referred for the first time, she kind of realized, because I had to show her. Because we see, with black people, we could tell them some shit, but they don't want to hear it. We got to show them. And that's what these devils have been doing for centuries. They have been programming us with advertisement, with you know, with visual effects and shit. You know what I'm saying? You go to church, pastor preach to you, and then he'll go open a book, read a couple of scriptures and close the book, or leave the book open, walk away from the pulpit or whatever, the pew or whatever, and just talk, you know, start talking shit out of his head, and we buy into it. That's what I'm trying to explain to you, family, that we are in the last days. I know y'all been hearing this shit, because I've been hearing this shit from when I was a kid. We're in the last days. God, you know, Jesus is coming. That motherfucker can't come yet. But we are in the last days, and these devils' rulership is about to be up, and ours are going to begin. For those of you who believe that, you know what I'm saying, we are the chosen people, which I know for a fact we are, because, you know, it's no way in hell we could be on the bottom. We can't go any lower, family. Only low we can go is death and in the grave. Can't get any worse for us. So the only thing that we can do at this point is go up. And the only thing for these devils to do is go down. This is why they're declining. You have the opioid, heroin, fentanyl epidemic. They're committing suicide. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are drug overdose. It's just so much shit going on within their nation or race. And it's all by design, because now the Most High Creator, he's purging the planet from the parasite. No disrespect, white people, because a lot of y'all are subscribed to me, but I'm telling y'all, because of your ancestors and your wicked ass ancestors, deeds, y'all gonna have to pay everything that they have done, because you are your ancestor. Everything that they have done, y'all gonna have to reap what they have sown, just like how we had to reap what our ancestors have sown. Our ancestors went after y'all gods, whoring after y'all gods, worshiping y'all Jesus, New Testament savior that ain't saving nobody, not even the people that created him and shit. Okay, and a lot of y'all Hebrews are talking about, well, I don't believe in Jesus, I believe in Yahushua, but it's the same story out of the same New Testament Greek book. What was wrong with the Old Testament? Why they needed the New Testament? I don't know. But I want y'all to understand, family, we got to start preparing, because I'm telling you, something major is on the horizon. There have been an uptick in sighting of UFO. And I know y'all probably like, this nigga is crazy. Yeah. Well, okay. They just not reporting it, you know what I'm saying? Because, of course, they don't want to get anybody. That's why Trump said he's going to create a space war. What he said? A space force. A space force. Yeah, he's going to create a space force, because who the fuck they going to be fighting in space? Other than, you know what I'm saying, what they refer to as aliens, which is really not aliens. These are angels, the Most High cherubs, you know, the Most High angels that we refer to as alien. Why do you think they give you all these sci-fi movie depicting these aliens as being hostile and the enemy and shit of mankind? They're enemy of the white mankind, not the black mankind, because the majority of ET, these so-called aliens, are black. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it sounds crazy. Laugh all you want. You know what I'm saying? You can unsubscribe. You're going to hear this shit again, though. You know what I'm saying? The majority of these so-called aliens are non-humanoids. In other words, they don't look like us. Some of them do, some of them don't. But they want us to believe that these aliens are hostile towards humanity. They're only hostile to these motherfuckers, because they're the one that's going up in space, fucking with the, you know, outer space, which I don't believe they can actually go to the moon and all that, because there's videos saying they can't break through the Van Halen belt because of the Van Halen belt keeps us, you know, it's just a lot of, man, I'm telling you, family, we have been programmed to believe a lie. A lot of y'all believe that they go to the moon. Why they never been back to the moon from 1972? Talk about they don't have the technology anymore. It was destroyed. So you telling me technology in the 1970s was more advanced than now? You know what I'm saying? Family, listen, man, it's time for us to wake up. Get away from all this distraction that they're giving us, man, because they give the black community have more distraction than any other nationality, any other nation. And the reason being because they know who we are, family. We are the only group of people who have black melanated skin complexion that literally protects us from the sun. It's so fucked up that these devils, Bill Gates said he gonna block out the sun this year. They working on a way how to block out the sun. See, they don't need the sun. We do. We need the vitamin D. We need the sun. We absorb the sun. These motherfuckers, the sun will destroy these devils. So I'm telling you, you don't understand how these devils envy us. You think they feel that they're better than us. The reason why they always have put it this way, the reason why they always go out of their way to have big homes and big bank accounts and drive nice cars, and because they are insecure about themselves. You know, that's the only thing that they have to show, as far as, you know what I'm saying, something to say, well, yes, I have superiority. But they can't go in the sun. Like the other day we went to the beach, right, when we was in Florida. Now, I ain't gonna lie, our skin was peeling and shit, but these devils was slapping on these sunscreen lotion on their skin, and, you know, and we was just looking at them laughing and shit. And yeah, we did get a little sunburn because the sun is not normal. You know, whatever they spraying in the atmosphere, whatever is up there and shit, that sun ain't real. That's not a real sun, because that sun not supposed to burn your ass the way I has been burning us. You know what I'm saying? So I believe they fucking with the sun. That's just my belief. Yeah, call me crazy all you want, but these devils were slapping on the sunscreen lotion and they was still getting burnt. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying to myself, wow, instead of them getting a suntan, they getting red, burnt. Meanwhile, we're just getting darker. Now I'm even darker than I was, which all praise be to the Most High. I'm feeling that, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm having more melanin in my complexion. You know what I'm saying? Which protects me from this fake ass sun rays. But fam, I just want to come on here, man, and just share this with y'all. I got a long drive. I'm a driver, truck driver and shit. A lot of times I'll be on the road a lot. So each time I get on the road, I just want to rap with y'all, you know, to kind of like kill some time. But stay tuned for my next video. With that, I say shalom.